Just waiting here for a few more people here to join before we start here talking about the big news of the day, that Tyreek Hill is now a member of the Miami Dolphins. Huge news, huge news. Let's get right into it. So, first off, everyone was out there on Tuesday evening so excited about the Teron Armstead move and that signing and fixing the offensive line, or at least a big step in fixing the offensive line. And then this news came out of nowhere. First off, that the Chiefs were even looking to trade Tyreek Hill, and that it was down to the Jets and the Dolphins. I'm not going to lie, I was a little scared because the Jets have a lot to offer. The Jets right now are, they have 2 picks in the top 10, 4 picks in the top 50, and a ton of cap space, so I did think they would be an issue. Now, living in New York State, they have state income tax in Florida. That is a factor here. So if the money was close, Hill would probably lean towards living in Florida, save a little bit with the the state income tax. Don't know if that was a factor or not, or if just Miami offered the better deal. Either way, at the end of the day, the Miami Dolphins are a much, much better team with Hill at wide receiver. Hill and Waddle as your number 1 and your number 2 wide receiver. You got Parker. You have Wilson. That's a formidable top 4 wide receiving group. That is a legitimate NFL top 4 wide receiving group. It has been years, and I don't mean recent years. It has been many years where the Miami Dolphins have not had weapons like they will put on the field in 2022. Tyreek Hill. Now, the trade compensation was a lot, not going to lie. 5 picks for a wide receiver, but honestly, those picks in round 4 and 6, I do not care about. Don't care about them in the least. It's really a first-round pick, and our first and second-round pick in this year's draft, which is well worth it. It just means that now Miami has to do more work here in free agency to fill the remaining voids that they have on this roster. They might need to look and get a linebacker here in free agency. They might need to look at either a center or a right tackle here in free agency, because you cannot now get one in the draft. You're going to get guys. They had 2 picks in round 4, which is great. So one of those picks is gone. So they have a pick in round 4. They have a pick in round 5, 6, 7. But those are just guys to sort of fill out your roster. Guys who are not going to help you win games. Those are just guys that you are looking to develop for years to come. Hill's going to help you win games on the field. He's going to help you in a big, big way win games on the field. Obviously, the speed with him and Waddle are going to be absolute matchup nightmares for opponents. Matchup nightmares in the biggest way. And one more thing that goes without saying right now, there are 0 excuses for Tua Tagovailoa. 0. He has one of the elite left tackles in football on his offensive line. Connor Williams, who's also very, very good as a left guard. He has one of the elite wide receivers in Tyreek Hill to go along with Jalen Waddle coming off an amazing rookie season. He has elite talent around him now, Tua. If Tua fails in 2022, it's on him. And the fact that Miami was able to keep both of their 2023 first-round picks in this trade is tremendous. Now, I'm a little concerned that the NFL might take away one or both of those picks in some form of punishment for the Brian Flores lawsuit. But at the end of the day, right now, they have both their picks in 2023 in round 1. So the Miami Dolphins, you cannot have a better day. You cannot have a better 24 hours than the Miami Dolphins have just had since about 7 o'clock last night. Hell, it's not even 24 hours. It's like 18 hours, really. They have just landed 2 elite superstar players to put on their offense, and now it's up to Tua. It's up to Tua to get the most. He's going to have some more protection. The left side of the line is fixed. Wide receivers are fixed. This offense is ready to go in 2022. Now, there is a second part of this we have to talk about, and I know right now fans of Dolphins are excited. They're happy. They're giddy. Tyreek Hill's on the field. Tyreek Hill is a part of the Dolphins. But we have to talk about the off-the-field stuff, because if you were one of those people who did not want to trade for Watson for the past year because you cannot root for a guy with all the off-the-field issues he did, you can't be a hypocrite now and be happy they got Hill. Because Tyreek Hill choked and punched his pregnant girlfriend in the stomach. And he was also, might have been involved, although it's not really clear, with the broken arm of a 3-year-old boy. So, again, to me, that's why I never had an issue with Watson, because I don't look at players as the moral compass. I don't look at players as role models or role models or leaders. I look at them as just players in a form of entertainment. But if you had an issue with Watson, you better have an issue with Tyreek Hill, because on the scale of bad human beings, they're pretty much right up there together. But on the field, let's just talk about on the field stuff. This is as good as it gets right here for the Dolphins. They are, when it comes to quarterbacks in the AFC, we know there are a lot of teams that have much better quarterbacks than Miami, especially with Matt Ryan now coming to the Colts. Watson was in the AFC, but now he's on a much better team in the AFC. He'll have much more talent around him. You have Russell Wilson now with the Broncos. The AFC's loaded. But for Miami, again, the bar is, I don't want to say it's low, but fans of the Dolphins aren't asking them to win a Super Bowl. They're asking them to just make the playoffs. Just make the playoffs. That's all. Make the playoffs. And right now, if the Miami Dolphins can get into the playoffs in 2022, that's a huge step. As well as their quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa, if he can make leaps in 2022 and show he is the answer long-term in Miami, because then those 2 picks in 2023 in round 1, you can use on other players. You can use on other to fill other holes. What you don't want is you don't want to have to use them on a quarterback. And that's everyone's fear. But now with all this talent around Tua Tagovailoa, it should help him take that next step. And if not, that's on him. But Hill can do a lot. He can do a real lot. You're going to give him the ball on end around. You're going to match up. You're going to put him in motion. You're going to try to get him in favorable matchups, just like we're probably going to do with Waddle. But now when you can do it with 2 guys who have very similar skill set, it should be a matchup nightmare. It absolutely should be a matchup nightmare for opponents. And let's see what Mike McDaniel's all about. He came in here as this offensive genius, this guy from Yale, mastermind. Let's see what he's got now with flush with talent on offense. Absolutely flush with talent. And this is going to be very interesting, because the Miami Dolphins 2022 season just got a heck of a lot more interesting, as they are going to be a more explosive team on offense with Chase Edmonds, Raheem Mostert, Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, Mike Gesicki all in the fold. And oh yeah, Teron Armstead and Connor Williams at left tackle and left guard. And guess what? They're not done yet, because now without picks in rounds 1 and 2, the Miami Dolphins are going to have to hit it up more in free agency to fill the remaining holes they have. And they still also have to pay Xavier Howard, which is something to keep an eye on here in the coming days and weeks. Xavier Howard wants new money. Xavier Howard wants to be the highest paid corner in the NFL. He's currently making $15 million a year. He wants to be between $18, $19, $20 million a year. So they're going to have to create some space here under the cap, and they're also going to have to go out and keep working to add more players, because without picks in rounds 1 and 2, this is going to be it's going to be a different way to build a team, but it's the way I have been pounding the table for the past few years. Rookies are nice, draft picks are nice, but they're lottery tickets. You don't know what you're going to get. Proven veterans, guys who have won in this league, guys who have a track record like Armstead, like Tyreek Hill, that's what you need to win games in this league. That's what you need to get into the playoffs. Big-name players who have a proven track record of winning. And now in Miami, they have a few on offense. We've always had a couple on defense. Now we got a few on offense. This should be a very, very exciting time for the Dolphins. If you're a fan of the Dolphins, you cannot be upset at all. This is as good as it gets, being a fan of the Miami Dolphins. And we're going to have more on this news tonight. Myself and Ian Berger, Big E, will be doing a DolphinsTalk.com podcast tonight about 7:45 Eastern. Be sure to follow DolphinsTalk.com on YouTube. Just go to YouTube, search Dolphins Talk, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Also hit the alert bell so the moment we go live, it goes straight to your phone, straight to your iPad, straight to your smart device or computer, whatever. So you want to check that out. Go to the Dolphins Talk YouTube channel, like all the videos, smash that like button, and also subscribe to the channel. And also keep checking out the website, DolphinsTalk.com. We have a bunch of new content, podcasts, articles up. I think Tom Ernest, he might do a podcast before. Ian and myself do a podcast, so check that out as well. And if you're on Twitter, be sure to follow me on Twitter at DolphinsTalk. Everyone have a great Wednesday. We'll be talking to you real soon. And fins up, everybody.